Good evening, everyone. So this is a flash market update. Uh, I'm supposed to do this 3 times a week. So uh, yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the 3 times a week target. So some of them will be the basic daily bar, right? And then some of them will be for the advanced classes. Uh, okay, this time is for the day bar trade, day bar 4 hour and 1 hour. Uh, for those who finish the Master SCF master class. So let me share you my screen. Oh, okay, and everybody see the screen and my voice clearly? Yes, okay, great. So I would like to highlight uh, the DEVA trade, right? For example, this GBP USD. Remember that I gave you, hold on, let me turn on the moving average. That I gave you the ticketing system, right? Ticketing system for you to control your, I mean, help you to prevent overtrade, right? So you only have, I mean, I'm going to post that. I posted the tickets on the group. So it might be, I mean, you have to scroll back up, but I'm going to posts them on the Mighty Networks later. So you only limit yourself to 1 day bar trade, the reversals, right? So last month was pretty much a sideways market, right? It moves big the previous month, right, in the month of July, and then August sort of going sideways, and then the market make a final move up, right? Another one more push up. You can see that it's losing energy if you pay attention to the uh, divergence, right? MACD divergence, right? Keep going lower, right? I mean, the last one, okay, this one is even not in the positive territory. It's below zero, right? Even though it's going to the new high. But if you took this trade last month, there is a clear harmonic on the daily. I mean, it's more obvious on the 4 hour, but you can see here the harmonic at X, A, B, C, D, right? And then it bounced back, right? Not at the super touch, but it bounced back faster than it didn't reach a super touch line, EMA. It just bounced back like 200, 300 points there. So I mean, if you took this trade, right, and then you would exit earlier because of this clear uh, harmonic disruption. But if you took this trade earlier, this last month, for example, this trade, right, you're going to be stop out also by harmonic disruption. Okay, two harmonic disruption. If you got stop out, I mean, you miss this harmonic disruption and get stop out the full bar. I mean, that's your quota for the month. So you can only trade once, right, per month. So you just wait until your next ticket that you're allowed to trade, which is earlier this month, right? Okay, the daily day bar signal is not as active now because I'm still recruiting a good technician to help you manage the day bar. I hope it will be active again later this month. Though I mean, starting September 1st, so you have one ticket activated for GBP USD, right? And then you just, I mean, the first thing that you see is this shooting star, right? And then pivot, right? And then you draw your cluster. Okay, let me help you. I mean, I'm just focusing on this. I mean, you can do the same thing to other market. Okay, let me delete the, wait, let me delete the cluster, and then we start from the weekly, the higher time frame. Always use this full story dashboard. Okay, we start from weekly. Every new month, when you see the daily bar gives you at least one or two signals, right? This one, candle 8 and pivot, right? You go to the weekly, whether the weekly would support you. And sure enough, the weekly gave the cloud here, right? And then pivot, right? The pivot is still monthly here. The yearly pivot is here. I mean, it's good to put for major move, the yearly pivot, for weekly weekly bar, but it reached monthly bar pivot, monthly pivot. So we draw. Okay, let me maximize this, and we check whether, so this is two signal here, pivot and dark cloud and divergence, right? Minor one. There's no, it's not higher than this level, so we cannot do divergence for a longer time period. So immediate minor divergence here. So we draw our cluster. So let's check our cluster, right? Retracement extension from there. Okay, you got one set, and then you draw, let's see, expansion or projection from here, right? There you got your projection exactly. So this is your cluster, right? Exactly the same line. So it overlaps each other. You don't see the other line, but it's actually two lines here. So these dark cloud is actually crossed by the bar. I mean, the cluster is crossed by this, crossed down and closed by this dark cloud. So it supports your daily bar signal, right? You got 3 on the daily bar. You also have 3 on higher time frame. So this is a perfect lineup. A really good lineup for GBP USD. Right, the weekly give you a strong signal, right, and then the daily give you 3 at least, right? We want to make sure with Fibonacci. So let's do cluster, right? Cluster drawing. So there, right, retracement extension, and then I'll just draw expansion from here. Let's see, extension, not so, oh, right, probably from, sorry. So that's one, let me just delete that. We need to try from lower point here, from here. So let's try from a big move here, right? Expansion. There you go, right? ABD, right? ABD, retracement extension and then expansion. So you have a cluster here, right? A cluster exactly at this bar. So this bar not only once 3 signal, 4 signal with this Fibonacci, right? And then you have the higher time frame. It just doesn't have the moving average. So you have actually five signal on this uh, trade, September 1st. Okay, five signals. But the higher time frame is very strong because the higher time frame gives you three signals on SEF. So of course you don't hesitate because you have the ticket for this month, right? I mean, you cannot trade any longer if you got stop out once here, but you have a new ticket to use. So you sell stop there, right? If you use the daily, I mean, you enter daily to now, it's 350, 300 points move, right? You put $10 there, you got 3,000 in just a week, 1 week, 3,000, $10 from this bar, right? Very good lineup. Weekly, like three SEF, five SEF in total the daily, right? Very nice lineup. So anytime you find this kind of setup, you don't hesitate, right? Later, starting from this master SEF, I'm going to introduce the variance, okay, variance of your stake, right? For this kind, I mean, you should go, as I would call it aggressive. Go aggressive on this one. Uh, Increase your stake and no stop out. That's how you do aggro. I'm going to go into detail next week on the Master FCF Plus. It would be also applied to the advanced classes later. So every trade that you going to do, there will be variance that you need to determine, right? That's how you grow fast on your account. Uh, as you get comfortable and clearer about the market. Okay, so this is day bar, gives you 300 plus points, right, in just a week. So how, if you miss that, how do you, I mean, there are two opportunities, right? One is from the beginning, and then you have super touch here, right? Actually, starting from this doji is a super touch. It's touching EMA, right? This one is crossing even. So you can take both, right? And then these bar, yesterday's bar, actually this is yesterday's bar, is 100 points, right? Two opportunities on day bar. So if you miss that, how about the 4 hour, right? You miss the day bar, right? Super touch, right? When things line up, the weekly and daily, you go 4 hour and then you see super touch here, right? You took this one, right? This is like 4 days ago, last week, exactly. Oh, on last Tuesday. Okay, you get this bar. The market gives you several entry points. So this, and then this is to already goes to, and then this the second one. So first entry is second one, right? This is how kind the market is. Give you even smaller bar here. Okay, smaller bar here, right? And then I have touched a bit on the continuation trade, right? You miss this two, right? You miss this move, miss this two, right? Wait for the market to retrace a bit, and then you see harmonics here, harmonics and cat bounce, HCB, harmonic cat bounce, right? And then gives you three SEF, not just two. Remember, you can only, I mean, you can trade only with two signals on cat bounce. This is even harmonic, and you have crossing pivot and crossing the uh, uh, super touch, right? And then sell stop, right? Didn't get stop out, and then you get um, 200 points, 180 points, right? To be safe, just use plus 10 minus 10. Okay, this is how many points bar? 319, 100 points. Sorry, 300 to 200, 100 points, 100 points bar. This one, and gives you about 200 points so far. Yeah, 200 points. Okay, one to two R. So one risk, you get 2 times the return so far, right? I'm expecting this to have to I mean, you draw your cluster again for your target, right? But this is a strong signal on the weekly. If you see a bullish move, find an SEF going down again if you want to take another swing down. Okay, that's the 4 hour, right? And then you can trade also the 1 hour. I've mentioned about continuation trade, right? This is if you miss the first move here, 1 hour, any bounce out of super touch, right? Cat bounce, right? Two signals, right? This one, your entry, right? Every 1 hour gives you 100 points, 100 points, right? Bounce again here, right? Candle 8 and cross the moving average there, right? 1 hour. You just this is the simplest thing without indicator. The indicator you have more uh, entry, but this is the simplest. I mean, you just use the basic uh, technique, right? This one 80 points. This entry gives you uh, 80 points, 90 points. Okay, wait for it to go to super touch, right? This one HEB, right? And then two signals, but disrupted immediately 1 hour. That gives you a second gift there. That's your second gift. So when you get a bit of profit here, you notice the HCB harmonic here is a harmonic disruption. So you exit there, and then there is your second gift, right? Gives you 100 points, right? It keep going up again, right? And then, but no candle 8, you can skip that, right? Wait for another bounce, this one, right? Go to the EMA, touch that, and then cross pivot also. Candle 8 cross pivot, touch there, right? This is the 200 points move. No, 150. This yesterday. So almost every day there is a 1 hour trade, right? Once per day. Remember the ticket for 1 hour should be only once per day. So one here, right? Two here, every day one. Three here, three here. Actually, but disrupted, you got another second gift here, right? Every day. Yesterday, last Friday, yesterday you get this, right? Even though it's a holiday in the US, it's going sideways there, but you haven't stopped you out, right? And today you give you 100 points. Okay, but again, you need to wait for a lineup. Okay, when we're at the middle, when we're at the middle here, you cannot do such thing, right? You wait for a bounce, right? For a bounce like this, and then you can trade the 1 hour going up, 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 up. Right? When it's not clear enough the weekly, right? And it's not supported by the 3 SCF on the daily, you cannot do that. Right? You need for a smooth ride like this, you need a lineup of weekly and daily. And then you can keep going the 4 hour once every week, right? And then the 1 hour gives you once every day. Okay. Yeah. Another example, I mean, the one that hasn't moved just yet is the euro. So we might see some movement this week. Let's see GBP and it's almost similar because it's correlated the GBP, right? You see here, right, crossing R1 and shooting star, right? And then coincide with shooting star here, right? So this shooting star is in line with the weekly. You can draw your cluster, how many SCF. This is obviously at least 2, and then 2, right? Divergence there, and then shooting star, right? You need to check for Fibonacci cluster. Then you get 3 SCF there, and then this is Okay, let's see. So 2 at least, but there is a HPR there, right? Harmonic there. So 3 at least, HBR, pivot, and candle 8, but no divergence. No divergence. So 3 is still 3, right? 3 and 3 also. The same thing, the 4-hour, right, gives you, this one doesn't get triggered, right? It got triggered later, still gives you profit. So this is super touch once here and then super touch here, right? And then gives you this profit. And then harmonic there, bounce off, so super touch, right? Sell stop, right? Gives you that profit, right? The latest one, 4-hour, gives you 200 points move, right? On yen. The 1-hour trade, okay, let me just zoom in on 1-hour trade. So simple technique, right? Super touch, right? I mean, it's to coincide with the weekly and daily, right? Weekly you see bearish, daily you see bearish, and then you can trade the 1-hour easily, right? This one gives you profit, then wait for a bounce, right? Profit, bounce, and then this 2 signal, right? Even with pivot, 3 signals, sell stop gives you that. Didn't get stop out, but another signal here, right? This one a signal, but didn't get, oh, no candle 8, right? The candle 8 is here, right? With harmonic, right? HEB out of 50 MA, sell stop, right? Give you profit. And anytime it bounce off, this one gives you there, disruption there gives you second give, right? A profit. This is more obvious, right? On Friday, gives you sell stop, right? The last one gives you there, 270 points, right? I mean, this is Fridays, and then you just need to hold on it, hodl, right? 270, right? $10, 2,700 in 2 days, right? When things are lining up, when things are lining up, right? When you're not so clear on the weekly, right? You need to use again the advanced classes technique, the CITRQ. But for lining up, you can use simple technique, right, to profit from the market. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just going to highlight you on this so that you don't forget about your simple, easy technique and keep using them when things are lining up, right? I mean, you just need to check daily, every day. I'll give you the checklist already, right? I'm going to improve it even more later, but you can use that to see every day, every day, every day. And then you see this, check your weekly, right? When that line is lining up, those two are lining up, this would be an easy trade, right? No hesitation. Okay. Any question on this? Everyone is clear? Okay, great. So yeah, I'm going to put this, I mean, I'm going to repeat this on the Master ICF class. So don't worry, those who attended and just learn about Master ICF. I mean, the kind of profit that you can get. I mean, of course, you need to wait for this to happen, right? It didn't happen, I mean, last month, right? Because no signal on the weekly, right? You need to wait for 2 months, right, before this appear. I mean, back in June, there is this signal on the weekly that gives you a bullish move. Then you can trade that. I mean, ride the bull move, right? But you need to wait 2 months for things to line up. Then there is this lot of easy trades, right? I mean, while you wait for this to line up, right, on in between, right, besides trading the bullish trade from the previous weekly setup, you do, I mean, for advanced classes, I mean, you do the other intraday setups, okay? Yeah. I'll put the tickets again that you don't forget not to offer trade. But if everyone is clear, I guess that's it for at this time, right? I'll keep continue to do this, hopefully 3 times a week, to keep you inspired, right? To trade right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for attending this session. Have a great night. Happy trading for Jaeger Cat.